Well, I'm out in a creek and it's been a really fun day. When I got up this morning, I really didn't know what I wanted to do. And I came to a brand new section of a creek I'd never been before. I just found out like probably a few months ago, kind of scouted it out. And I wanted to try a lure I never had tried before. Well, hour and 15 minutes later, I'm really glad I came here, had an awesome day. Here it comes. Oh, fish on already. Fish on already. Haven't even got off the bank yet. Nice bluegill. Okay, this is all gonna be new today because it's a new section of river and a brand new lure I've been wanting to try out, and wasn't sure how aggressive these fish are gonna be. That's not a bad bluegill. He got both of those hooks in there. So this is the Roostertail. I don't even know what to call this. Roostertail spinnerbait with 2 hooks on the back. That already gives me a good reason and some good confidence to go ahead and get in here, do some exploring. And I think we'll come across more fish. I already caught a bluegill. Bunch of little minnows right here. Oh, I got slammed. That's a good fish. My drag might be a little too loose. Okay. Dude, that was a nice little bass. My drag was a little too loose and I was going the wrong way. I was loosening the drag. All right, I can't remember what line's on here. I think it's 8 pound. So that should hold up. That was a nice bass. He slammed it. It was right here in like the little shallow current area. All right. Whew. All right, this water ain't exactly warm. And today's only like 65 degrees, but it's been in the like 80s, up into the 80s at the highs the last probably a few days, but the lows still been like in the 60s and 50s at night. So this water is definitely warming up. Not exactly warm, but we've had a bluegill hit, and that was a nice little largemouth that hit it like very aggressively. So that tells me pretty much what I need to know, that I can, oh, I got a hit right there. I watched that fish follow it up. What is that? That is a Coosa bass. Okay, yeah, so there should be Coosa bass in this creek. Is that a Coosa bass? Oh yeah, I think he is. Like what I was just saying, this all tells me, gives me motivation to fish and go. And the fish are gonna be active. It's gonna be worth, even if I get a little cold and wet, I think it's gonna be worth it. These fish are coming alive. Boom, right there. Oh, came off. Yeah, that's another hit. I don't know what that was. It was right there. I think these hooks are a little bit big if I get hits from like bluegill. I can see the bluegill not exactly getting hooked really well. But I'm kind of targeting a little bit bigger fish with this profile. You can go for bluegill, but this is really a bass slash, bigger panfish style lure, I'd say. Why does this hook look crooked? I don't know what it's supposed to be going. Casts really well in this BFS too. It says it's 1/8 ounce. It's like a perfect weight. Oh, no. Got stuck. I was wondering how it would do. So far it's bounced off logs pretty good, but the way those hooks are, if they just turn right, they get stuck on logs. Oh, I got slammed. It's a really good fish. That's a really good fish. Stay on. Dude. Either he's really good or he's just really working out. Oh, wow, it's a giant Coosa bass. That's a giant Coosa bass. Holy cow. Come here. That's a big Coosa bass. What a beauty. Holy moly, dude's fat and just thick. These guys are so strong too. They hit like a smallmouth or something. They're just built for creeks and rivers. They learn how to, they just got a lot of power. Look at that thing. That is a gorgeous one. Look at that blue on its eye. It is really awesome. Just a fat, now that might not be a big fish to most people. It's not in the bass world, but for a Coosa bass, that is a big, beautiful Coosa bass. I'm in a North Georgia creek. They're native to here. So I already caught one. I was hoping to kind of catch them, and that's a really good one. Dude, let's keep going. That's fun. Ooh, right there, come on. Yes! Oh, I lost him. That was such a good cast. If you can see, there's current going down this bank, and then there's a log laying out right there with some like brush and cover. I got it right on the edge and pulled it through. Oh, we hit it again. I got hammered. I don't know what it was. Oh, he's there. It may only be a bluegill or something, but that's exactly where it's just a textbook like ambush spot. If I was fishing a big river or something, that's where I would just imagine a big largemouth looking. And sometimes it's the big ones, sometimes there's little ones, but it worked perfectly, but then I just didn't hook the fish. So that was really fun. Just kind of, you like see these spots, you're like, all right, there's probably a fish there if I can get a cast there. Yep. Another bluegill. That's really cool to see these good sized bluegill in here. What's he pooping out? Ugh. Well, what's going on there? Back in, nice bluegill. This is another creek here recently. I've been trying to catch redbreast. They just haven't really gotten active. If the Coosa bass are active, usually the redbreasts are gonna start getting active. And they have a big mouth where they could eat this. That'd be perfect for this lure. Redbreast, warmouth, any kind of little bass. And I feel like a big bass could eat this too, like, 15, 16 inch largemouth, smallmouth, spotted bass, anything. Oh, I had a follower for another sunfish. Okay, there's a lot of sunfish in here. That's good. That's good. Seems to be a really good population of fish in this creek, especially for this early in the spring. Oh, look at that, look at that. Oh, you couldn't see it, but he came up and bit at my lure right when I was taking it out. Yep, there's one. Ooh, 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 nice bluegill. Nice bluegill. Look at the colors on this thing. It's really healthy looking, beautiful bluegill. Wild fish. These are just wild, random creeks. It's really cool to catch these fish. Okay, I will take those all day. There he is. That's a crappie, that's a crappie. I slowed it down right where I got bit a couple times. And I did not expect to catch a crappie today. Barely got it because they usually aren't as, super fast like a lot of other ones, but nice black crappie. Yeah, I'll take it. So think about creek fishing. A lot of times when people talk, people say, in creek fishing, you never know what you're gonna catch. And that's true, because think of all the species that live in a lake, probably more than in a creek. All the species that live in a big river, probably more than a creek. But the thing about a creek is all the species that live in here are all in this hole, or pretty much. They're all gonna be in the same feeding areas because there's no other room. Now, they could be a little bit shallower, a little faster current, But for the most part, they adapt to all eat the same things close to it. They all are feeding. Oh, come on, there's fish in here. Dude, I almost want to fish this with my little ultralight with just a little rod. I feel like there's a lot of panfish in here. But this thing's working too good, and I'm moving on. But that's, so creek fishing, yeah, you catch a lot of different species. If you use a lure that a lot of species can catch. And if I was only throwing like a big bass lure, I might go through here all day and catch 1 or 2 fish. Might get a bigger bass than this lure would catch, but I'm not gonna catch a crappie and bluegill and little bass. So this lure is, I'm really pretty impressed with it. I should have known, made by Roostertail. Anything Roostertail stuff's usually really good at catching fish. And this one, the way the size it is, it doesn't roll, you don't have to worry about line twist. It's just the right weight, 1/8 ounce. It's a little heavy for like an ultralight rod. But if you don't want to throw it on like a light rod, especially for BFS, like which I've been, oh, got it. Is that what we're looking for? That's the fish we're looking for right there. Red breast sunfish. It's a little one. Pretty colorful though. First red breast of the year. How do you get that hook all the way down in there? Get this thing out of there. Little guy's getting some colors on him. Pretty. All right, that's like, I don't even know, 3 fish, probably 4 or 5 hits out of this hole right here. There's probably 50 fish living in here. Mostly sunfish, probably some more crappie. Who knows what else is just sitting in this hole. I imagine that's 3 or 4 foot deep. Good current coming in. Just exactly where creek fish like to live. Oh, that was another crappie. I saw him. He's right there in front of me. Okay, that was right where the other one bit. I don't think he's the same one. I don't think they would. Oh, got hit again. All right, let's try to slow this thing down. I'm trying to get right in the strike zone. And really slow right here. Right there. Where's he at? He hit again. There he is. Come back, come back, come back. Got him. I watched that fish hit it 3 times, chase it back down. Dude, that's a bigger one. That is a nice crappie right there. Is that yeah, that's a black crappie. He's like real pale looking. I watched him chase it down. I wonder if there's more. It's so funny, they're sitting right there. Like I can't see it. The water's pretty clear. Like looking down, with my glasses on, I can see 2 foot to the bottom. But the way they blend in, they can just be sitting right in a spot and you don't know it because they just kind of blend in. Oh, you hit right there? Dude, I don't know how many fish are in here, but there's a lot. Oh, no way. Now I got a largemouth. Dude, I knew this hole was gonna be just where the fish are at. Just when I came upon it, this was just where the fish are at. Little largemouth. What a day. Not even an hour in. This is what creek fishing to me is all about. Just showing up to a place, getting on fish really quick, a bunch of variety. I'm not really looking for size. I'm just looking for a fun time of fishing. Now, if you throw a couple good ones in there, I will take them. In certain days, I will fish for size. Some days, but when I'm doing wading, this and especially exploring, I'm looking for everything. All right, we're gonna go ahead and actually change lures. So this is the one we started out with. I'm gonna switch to silver. Oh, this is a 1/4 ounce. I don't remember. This one says 1/4 ounce. Okay, it is bigger. So this was an 1/8 ounce. I thought this one said 1/8. This one says 1/4. It's got bigger hooks on it. You know, obviously more weight. Let's switch. If we don't get anything on it, we'll go back to this because this was getting everything. Let's go ahead and try it for a little while. Definitely can feel a bigger thump to that blade. Doesn't sink as fast as I thought though, so it suspends pretty good. Already got one. Didn't take long to get a fish. There's a nice red breast. That's the ones we've been looking for, those bright colored ones. So no problem, right off the bat with the bigger rooster tail. He's kind of weird looking. He's got some weird little hump to him, but now that's kind of mouse right there. You can get a lot of lures in that one. Oop. All right, back. Come on, that should be a bass right there. Ooh, there's one. What is that? What? Another bluegill. Okay, never mind about the big hooks. They are not affecting my catching. And these fish are hitting this lure just the same. Pretty aggressively already. That's 2 catches pretty quick. Bluegill. This is actually a deeper spot than I thought. I'm wondering if I can kayak this creek. It's almost big enough to kayak. You might just miss all the holes though, because this is more of a medium-sized creek. Almost big in certain spots. I know there's some areas I saw downstream, there's some long stretches, but like all this right here is like this is like the perfect wading kind of a creek. It's just run, little bend, tight run, little deep hole. That's, oh, there's a fish. That's about, oh, it's Coosa bass. It's about, let's see, probably 45 minutes away from here, maybe an hour away. That's kind of like this. I didn't know this creek was like this. Little Coosa bass right there. There we go. Right off that rock. Right there. What's that? Let's see here, we got another largemouth. Okay. Surprised I haven't got any spotted bass. I thought there was spotted bass in here. Alabama spots. So far, largemouth and Coosa bass. And I have a feeling that there could be some like good sized largemouth. I really think there's some 15, 16 inch largemouth that live in here. But this creek is really changes from a little area to area. Everything's a little different. Little flats, little runs, still deep, and we still got current. That's the main thing. I like that current. That's where they like to eat. Oh, that's a good fish. That's a good, ooh, rock bass. Okay, that's cool to catch. Don't have these in every creek, and in some creeks, there's just not a lot of them in there when they are, but that's a healthy looking rock bass. Got some kind of whisker sticking out of his belly. He ate some kind of little crawl or something with some kind of little whisker thing on it. They eat everything. They eat bugs, basically anything that moves around these creeks, they're gonna eat them. That's fun. I love getting on some good rock bass. Got hammered right there. What is that? Got ourselves another Coosa bass. These Coosa bass, these little ones, I mean, they're actually older. They look like they're newborn, but they're not. These are probably a year or two old. Probably a year-old fish. So they get pretty aggressive. They only get about as big as that one I caught today is about as big as they get. That's all the way full grown. Some of them can get a little bigger, but not much. All right, creek's making another change. That's what's fun about these things. They're everywhere. They're just different. They're just like sections. They're different than other sections. Now we got like this island thing right here in the middle, splitting it up. Oh, that looks deep right there though. Ah, right into a tree. While I'm walking around this island, might as well take a minute to say how awesome it is to be back out doing this type of stuff. I've waited since December. November, I probably was still wading some creeks around where I'm at. So December, January, February, and now into March. Good at least 4 months where I can't do this type of fishing. And here, just today, this is the first day I've been able to like actually see this many active fish. And I've tried a couple times, so this is the end of March, into April. Usually I'll start doing a lot more of this, but I'm so glad to be doing this, just wading, walking, and catching. We've been barely over an hour, and I what, probably 15 fish. I don't even know, 6 or 7, 8 different species. I have to go back and look through them. Just good stuff, just fun things. Throwing a BFS is the Corrado, the Shimano Corrado, and the Shimano Corrado Light. And I think I got 8-pound fluorocarbon. And I've been using this last year I really got into it. And this is the kind of stuff I wanted to do, like multi-species, but like small bass lures, but lures that can catch a lot of different fish, where I can just make cast. I can crank it, because this is like a crank it in lure. And if I need to go finesse, I can do that too. I can stick something on there, but when they're hitting a lure like this, it's really fun. So I'm gonna go a little bit ways further before we turn around here. I put it on the side of a road where a lot of people park, don't know much about it. I'm kind of making sure I'm not going in anybody's property. But I'm trying to be as careful as possible and be as safe as possible. But also, I mean, I gotta explore these little areas. When I find a creek like this and I know it's loaded with fish, I just gotta go explore it. So let's get back to fishing. All right, the creek comes back together. Had a couple bites through that area, but it was definitely not near as much water. As soon as you get back together, this looks really good. But man, I don't think I'm gonna be able to kayak this creek like I thought. Look at all these logs. Now, maybe it's worth it. Maybe it's, I don't know, but this is an area where 1, 2, 3, I see 3 trees all the way across. That, I mean, you could pick a kayak up over it, but how many are other places? I've already seen 3 like this. I don't know, maybe this is just good wading. Oh, that's a good hit. What is that? That's a good fish. Stay on, stay on. Dude, right in front of me. I think it's a big Coosa bass. Yes, it is. Really nice, another nice one. Maybe it's a spot, hold on. Is that a Coosa or spot? Ooh, pretty fish, Coosa bass. Holy moly, look at these pinchers that are in this thing. Look what this thing is eating. Look at the size of these pinchers. Look at this, what this thing ate. How did he even get that in his mouth? Oh, it's so fun when these fish you're getting, oh, a little blood came up. I don't know if that was from the crawl or what. That was weird. It may have just been crawl juice. But he had ate a giant crawdad. Yeah, pre-spawn is on. But yeah, so here's the creek going forward. I'm probably gonna turn around here pretty soon. I kinda wanna see what's around that bend, but these trees go all the way across. This would take forever to get your kayak over them. Like the creek's big enough to kayak, but I think you're better off probably this kind of style, just wading it. Let's try to get over. I kind of want to go just a little bit upstream. Wow, these logs have been here. Oh my God, for a long time. Oh, about fell through, I thought. Whew. Yeah, these logs are old. These have been here a long time. They're mostly rotted, but there's just not enough flow to wash them out, probably. Maybe at some point, but whew. This looks really fishy though. I got you. What is that? Redbreast. It's getting kind of tough weaving my way through here. I'm trying to make casts everywhere because there's like trees down, little deep hole. It's getting a little harder to tell where a fish could come from. It's like it could come from anywhere. Whew, it's a pretty nasty little log jam, but it opens back up. These little spots are where fish definitely can be. Some big ones, and sometimes these little pockets under trees, just all kinds of places for them to hide. All right, it's getting like a deep, narrow place, muddy over here, so I think it's a good place to turn around and go back. And I want to fish a little bit back where we started and go downstream just a little. There's one. All right. A lot of people talk a lot about fishing upstream, and I usually like to work my way upstream, but you can catch a lot of fish fishing downstream too. And sometimes you catch fish that you couldn't catch going upstream because maybe the way they're positioned. So we're almost back to the start, and there's a little Coosa bass. I didn't catch that guy coming up. He was down in some logs or something right there. If I was fishing the other way, I probably wouldn't have got a lure in front of him. What's a good fish? Oh, he was just in the current. And look at the belly on this thing. Wait, this may be another species. He's got a, no, it's a largemouth. He's got a minnow tail sticking out of his belly. Looks like an Alabama bass. It's got a tooth patch. Maybe it isn't, I don't know. I think he is in Alabama. His fins, yeah, his fins don't go all the way down. So, okay, there's a third bass species, Alabama bass, but you probably can't see it, but he's got like a tail sticking out of him. The belly on this thing. This guy's gonna be growing into a monster. Well, we're at another big log jam, and it looks deep down through there, but we're gonna turn around. This was a very good exploration, and it's so funny because like that section I fished, it's probably 300-400 yards of just like a setup perfect for wading and fishing. Where like these kind of deep holes can be a little hard, they're long, but where I would fish, there was like rock, there was current, it was like a perfect kind of wading spot. That's what's funny about finding the right creek. Sometimes it's just, you might fish a creek, fish a section of it, not catch anything. And then a mile downstream, there's just an area where it's just loaded with fish. I really like this lure. And I thought this was gonna be too heavy, but it's mainly the drag. So this blade's not very big. And sometimes when people make BFS or like, you know, maybe lighter spinner baits or lighter, they put too big a blade on here, and it's really hard for the rod to handle it. It's just too much drag. Well, this one has just the right amount of drag. This may be even a little heavy, like it's a 1/4 ounce, but I throw that 1/4 ounce chatterbait and I like it. And so this actually does really good. And the 1/8 ounce was really awesome too. So both these are fun. I also might mess around with the hook. I kind of think I'd rather have one single hook this size. That's probably like a size 6. I could snip one of them off and then kind of turn it to where it's kind of straight up and down. That actually might be something I try to do, or replace it with another hook. But if anybody that has any BFS spinner baits, they have small hooks like this where I guess I can always just change the hook myself. I don't never think about it. But a small, thin hook where I can hook panfish and everything, and also hook a bass and stuff. That's the kind of stuff I like to find to use. So yeah, Super Roostertail, awesome today. Before I end the video, I need to give a plug to my second channel. It's called Creek Fishing John Dalton. A lot of random stuff on there. A lot of like lure and rod and reel reviews and just talking about different topics, more talking channel. But you can subscribe to that if you want, or you can go follow it. Also, I still have the podcast channel, the Whatever's Biting podcast. If you want to go, I got 20 something podcasts on there. I don't know if we're going to start it back up or not. It's in limbo. Kind of haven't done it in a while. But for me, I am most excited about just getting out and doing this type of fishing. It's starting to kick off for the year. I can get out here and just go have fun. And hopefully around your area it's getting that way. If you're a little north, it may take a few more weeks or months, depends on how far you are. If you're south of this area, it's probably picking up. So good time, get out there and catch them. Thanks for watching.